Sorry.
Well, unfortunately, that only happens in the movies. And people just cannot unsee and unthink things. Dr. Stein Hickrud says that we can see, what we see is a manifestation of what we are taught to see. And we cannot unsee or unthink things. The only way that we can think differently is if we replace our old ideas with new ones, our old beliefs with different beliefs. That is my objective today. In the next 30 minutes, I am going to challenge the way you think. This old motto that past behavior is the predictor of future behavior is something that we all built our business models on. But isn't this the very thinking that has caused banks to fall, the music industry to topple, and businesses that were household names to exist no more? Let's look at life through a set of Google glasses. This is an innovation that Google's been working with for the last year.
Meet me in front of Strand Books at 2. Oh man, really? Hey there, guy. Hey there, little guy. Sweet. Remind me to buy tickets for Monsieur Gano tonight. Where's the music section? Oh, yes, this is it. Is Paul here yet? Huh. Hey, dude, how's it going?
Want to go check out that new place I was telling you about?
Sure.
This truck's really good.
Hey, just a second. Cool.
Good to see you again.
Thanks, man.
Just got a new place in Offset City.
See you, dude. Whoa, cool. Take a photo of this. Share it to my circles. Oh, I'm running late. Music, stop.
Hi, what's up?
Hey,
Hey.
you want to say something cool?
Yeah, sure. Is that a ukulele?
Yep. Okay, here goes.
That's beautiful.
My question is our reality, our current view of the way business is, a true representation of the way our environment really is? The internet and Google have completely turned business upside down, and things that used to work just don't work anymore. Specifically, a huge change that the world is facing, another huge change, is that of sustainability and sustainable energy. And we as humans are being forced to look at how our actions are impacting the environment. And farmers are particularly challenged by this. Their farming methods, quality of soil, weather conditions. Social media has to be seen for what it is. And social media is an operating system. Windows is an operating system. A new way of being in relationship with our audience has emerged. And it's changed the way and the expectations of people, the way they interact with each other, and the way that they interact with brands today. Brand communication used to be very much one way. It was based on inadequacy marketing, where we used to prey on people's vulnerabilities and insecurities and make them feel bad but pressurize them into the sale. And it was very product focused. The new communication is all about engagement, about stories, about involving people. They call it the new story-based marketing, one that recognizes a deeper meaning in people's lives and seeks to add value. It makes people the heroes of the story, not the brand. The marketing is based on, at all times, how can I add value and how can I have a deeper connection with my audience. So great communication has a human element. And why? Because people make things feel genuine. You feel like you can actually relate to them. The market is also demanding for us as brands to show up. They want to know what your core values are. They want to know what you stand for. People realize that behind those big logos are people, and they want to know what it's all about. And there are companies like Google that are flaunting their cultures. And people are loving it because they feel they can connect with it and they know where they come from. That people are tired of this marketing pitch. Do you know that the biggest growth in the social media context today of people coming online is between 35 and 55, not the youngsters. And these people are experienced consumers. They're tired of the bull. Honesty is a core value in people. And if they find out you're lying, your brand is in serious jeopardy. People would rather that you just come clean with it and they'll deal with it. The tragedy with Woolworths, with that whole debacle where they just pulled their whole face, just closed down their Facebook profile. Rather deal with the issues, deal with people, and it's a lot less damaging to your brand. Social media is allowing people to go direct. I was waiting for that laugh. Coffee is just kicking in. Okay. This is an interesting phenomenon. You can go and self-publish a book. You can book your airline tickets. You can speak to people around the world in different countries. I've been recently working with the recruitment industry. Twitter and LinkedIn have got these huge platforms where companies are advertising their job vacancies direct. And they're cutting out the middleman. And we're seeing businesses falling by the wayside because of this new model. Social media is empowering people. It's giving us the podium to speak to the world. But it also means that what we say is becoming particularly important. They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but what happens on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn stays there too. So I am personally anti-companies banning their staff from social media. And the reason why is because this is the new model of communication. We should be empowering our people and teaching them online etiquette and making them brand ambassadors for our companies. We need to move away from this model of controlling to one of empowering people. I mean, let's look at the companies that are really successful today. Google, eBay, Amazon. All of those models are based on a model of interconnectivity on all areas. When I started my first job, I remember Margie Stone coming to me and saying, Penny, people do business with people they like, not companies. They're connecting with people. This is not a new philosophy. But now it's got its own term. Bob Barber, fantastic book to read if anyone wants to read. It's called Likeonomics. He explains what is now called an affinity economy. It has got its own name. Where the most likable people, ideas, and organizations are the ones we believe in, buy from, and get inspired. The most likable organizations. We've reached a point where 14% of people believe adverts. And 78% of people trust consumer recommendations. So being liked is really important. Kevin Kelly says, we used to be called people of the paper, and now we are people of the screens. This week, Forbes says that 6 of the top 25 best-selling ebooks were self-published. That's against household brand names, self-published authors. We've moved away from social media being offline and online to what they now refer to as a blended reality. And I'll give you some examples of this. Thought this was really great. An airline called Baltic Airlines, when you book in and check in, you can actually decide if you want to sit next to people who talk a lot, like me, or you want to sit next to people who sleep on the plane, or people who discuss business. And it's a little social planning that allows you to connect with the people you want to sit with. The fashion line company called CNA in America has also combined this whole groupthink with real world decision making. And this is called fashion like. And whenever somebody likes a clothing item online, the thumbs up is also tallied on a screen on the hanger in the store. And then Tim Horton, who has a coffee franchise in Canada, has partnered with Gulf News. And you get fresh coffee and fresh news on the hour. They print Gulf News' Twitter tweets, news tweets, onto the cardboard carton of the outside of the coffee cup. So you don't even need a newspaper. You can just quickly catch up on the news. They've seen massive increases in their fans and followings and even in their subscriptions. So this is what we refer to as a blended reality. Brands that rarely entered into a conversation are now having a two-way discussion with their consumers on a daily basis. This age of engagement through storytelling across social media platforms is what is taking place. And why do we use these stories? Because stories give us context, and contexts give us meaning to things. Stories also engage the user. They draw them in. And that's what we want to create for people, an immersive experience. They're timeless, unlike management by objectives, which is outdated. We still tell stories today that our grandfathers told. And stories, of course, inspire and motivate us. Stories are the very essence of real human experience. I want you to just watch this quick clip on, you may have seen it, it's been flagged on our TV.